This time we will talk about methods. We will study how to write methods and how to make use of methods in our C# programming. A method is just a group of statements that perform a specific task. Every C# program has at least one class with a method named main. Now, how can we use a method? To use a method, you need to do the following. You have to define the method and then call the name of the method. Now, this is the way how to write the method. So you have to specify the access specifier followed by the return type and then the name of the method. Inside the parentheses, you can specify there the parameters that you want to use for your method. And then inside the curly braces are your statements for your method. For access specifier, it means that this defines the visibility of your method. So we have different access specifier. It is also called sometimes access modifier. And then the return type specifies what kind of type does your method will return. So return type can be of any data types that we have studied in our first group of videos. So it can be integer, it can be string, double, or decimal. It depends on what you need. So those are the things that you can supply for the return type. And then followed by method name. So you have to write down and create a unique method name. And this method name is usually a case-sensitive name. The rules for creating method name is similar to the rules on how you create your variable names. You are not allowed to use special characters and arithmetic operators, but you may start with an underscore or letters from our alphabet. And then the parameter list, basically it contains the parameter variables that you want to use for your method. So for creating parameter list, you have to define the type of the parameter and the name of the parameter. But not all the times you have to supply the parameter list. You may omit it or you can supply a parameter list. And then the body of the method. So this will contain all the instructions, all the statements that you want to execute whenever you want to call this method. To give you a concrete example on how to write and use method, we will take this example. So whenever we create a new project in C#, so there's always a default class written for us. In our case, the class program. For each class that our Visual C# had written for us, there is always a one default method, and that is called the main method. This method was created as a static, so meaning the method is only available within the scope of the class program, within the block of the class program. So this is where we usually place our codes that we want to execute every time we run our application. Since what we are going to do is to create a method, we will add a new method here, just below your main method. So we'll write here static, followed by void, and then followed by the name of our method. So we will name this display greeting. The void here states that we will not return any value. Okay, so what we will do is just to write here the console, right line, and then we'll write here our greeting. So there you go. So we have already created our method and we defined it as a static void. So meaning this method will only be available inside of our class program. And then void, it means that we are not going to return any value. And then the name of our method is display greeting. So after creating the method, the next move will be calling the method. We will call the name of this method inside of our main method. So we'll write here display greeting. And then from here, we will add the console dot read line. So let's give this a try. So it prints the text hello, it is a lovely day. Let's add more statements inside of our display greeting method. So let's say console write line, and then we will add here my name is John Wick. Then let's try running the application. Okay, there you go. Hello, it is a lovely day. My name is John Wick. Okay, so that's how a method is used in your C# programming. Okay, let's make it more fancy. Let's add here a parameter. Let's say our parameter is a string, and then we'll name our parameter variable name. And then after that, we'll add here the $sign, and then followed by our placeholder name. And then it will give us this error line indicating that we have a missing parameter. If we're going to hover our mouse here, it will say there is no argument given. So we have a parameter here. That is why we have to give this an argument. So we will give it, let's say, Louis Angeli. So this Louis Angeli will be passed to our parameter variable. The name is name, and it will be printed using the console write line. Okay, so let's give this a try. Okay, so there you go. Hello, it is a lovely day. My name is Louis Angeli. Okay, so let's write another one here, and then let's try using John Wick, and then let's run the application again. Hello, it is a lovely day. My name is Louis Angeli. Hello, it is a lovely day. My name is John Wick. Okay, so there you go. So let's make it more fancy. Let's try adding another variable here. Let's say another string, but this time it will be day part. And then we will use the day part in place of our day. So we'll replace this with day part. And then add the $sign at the beginning of our string value to activate this placeholder. And then we will complete the arguments for our display greeting method because we added a parameter here. So that is why we have to add an argument. Okay, so the Louis Angeli here will take the place of the name. And then for the day part, we will say here day. And then for our second display greeting method, we'll say here evening. Okay, so let's give this a try. Okay, so there you go. So the first result is hello, it is a lovely day. My name is Louis Angeli. And then the result for the second method is hello, it is a lovely evening. My name is John Wick. All right, so that's how you make use of method. Okay, so let's add more. Let's create another method here. So another static method here. And we will name this show favorite actor. Then we will give this a parameter variable of string and then actor. And then we will assign a default value for our actor. So we'll give it a value of Johnny Bravo. Okay, and then we will write a console write line here. We'll just copy and paste the console write line that we have written at the top. And then okay, there you go. So what we did here is that we created another method. The name of the method is show favorite actor. And we added a parameter variable, a string parameter variable containing a default value of Johnny Bravo. So now what we will do is to call this method inside of our main method. I'm going to call this after our first display greeting. We will leave the parentheses blank, and then I will add a console write line here just to make enough space between the two results. And then add another, and then we will call again the show favorite actor. But this time on this part, we will add an argument. So let's say the argument is Liam Neeson. Okay, so let's give this a try. For the first call of display greeting, the result is, hello, it is a lovely day. My name is Louis Angeli. And then it was followed by show favorite actor, and the result was, my favorite actor is Johnny Bravo. So take note, we did not write anything on the first call of show favorite actor. So what happened is that it uses the Johnny Bravo, the default Johnny Bravo. the default value of actor, Johnny Bravo. And then for the second call of display greeting, the result is this. Hello, it is a lovely evening. My name is John Wick. And then the result for the second call for show favorite actor is my favorite actor is Liam Neeson. So it shows Liam Neeson because we have overwritten the default value. Instead of using Johnny Bravo, we stated a different string value, the Liam Neeson. Okay, so let's try another one. So let's say, let's create another method here, but this time we will try to return a value. So the name of our method is find the highest number, or maybe it's better to name this get the highest number. And then we will add two integer parameter variables, let's say integer or int x, int y. We will examine the value of each parameter variable to determine which contains the highest value by using the if statement. So if x is greater than y, then we will return here x. Else if y is greater than x, we will return here y. Okay, so we are having errors here because we used return keyword twice. So maybe it's better if we will store the result from another variable. So let's write here int res that will contain the result. And then we will initialize this with 0. And then if x is greater than y, then we will say here res is equals to x. Otherwise, res is equals to y. And then we will state here return res. Okay, so there you go. Let's try using this method, get highest number. I'm going to copy the method name, then paste it somewhere here, but I have to comment this out and then paste it somewhere here. This will give us an error if you will just add an argument here, let's say 5 and 6, but the error is hidden. So when we run this application, there is no error that will be displayed. It will not display anything. In order for us to use this method, a method that returns a value, we have to use a variable. So let's say int, because it returns an integer. That is why we have to use an integer type to catch the return value of this method. So let's say int x equals to get highest number, and then we will add here the console, that right line, value of x. Okay, so let's give this a try. Okay, so there you go. 6 is the highest. Okay, basically, if you are going to compare 5 and 6, 6 is the highest. Let's improve the sample program by using the console readline. So let's say int b is equal to 0, int a is equal to 0, and then we will tell our user to input something. And then we will use the try parse here. And we will copy and paste this one. Okay, just at the bottom, just next below of our first read line. And then we will just rename our B here to A. Then after that, we will try to figure out which number is the highest by using the get highest number method. We will write here A and then B. Okay, so there you go. So let's give it a try. Enter a number. Let's say I'm going to enter 8. Then I'm going to enter 10. Okay, so the highest number is 10. Okay, so let's add one more string here. The highest value is x. Okay, so there you go. Let's try 7 and then 11. Okay, the highest value is 11. That's how you write a method and make use of the method. So that's all for this video, and then see you in the next lectures.